let's draw automatons.
GoGoMachRocketSheep.
Hello, my name is Rob Schaff, and today we are drawing automatons. If you don't know what an automaton is, it's kind of like, think of like one of those old wind-up clocks, but it kind of powers not a clock, but a robot. And actually, a lot of times automatons, these were real things that exist in history. You can actually Google them. They're pretty cool to look at and see how they work and stuff like that. But like, they were made to automatically, hence automaton, automatically mimic like real life. So, you know, sometimes it'd be like a robot person that could like draw and stuff, and it was like all clockwork, and they're crazy. Anyway, you should definitely look them up. That's what we're drawing. We're drawing them today because robots are cool, but drawing a robot without like wires or electricity or batteries or screens or whatever, it's kind of a fun little exercise to try to combine like gears and pistons and levers and all these simple machines into like something complicated. I think that'd be a ton of fun to do. So that's what we're going to do. Easy, medium, and hard mode. But before we get to that, let's take a look at all of the art that you sent in over the summer. We haven't made one of these videos in a little while, but people were still sending me art. Thanks for that. I love seeing it. So yeah, let's take a look at the art you sent in.
Art you sent in. Easy mode.
All right, so for easy mode, we are going to draw just a simple automaton. An automaton is like an old school robot that is clockwork. It doesn't really use electricity. It uses like mechanics. So let's start with a head and a body, and we're gonna have our guy walking. So let's have a shoulder up like this, shoulder like this, hand back like that, and then the leg, this leg forward, and this leg backwards. Okay, so the first thing that's going to make this little stick guy into a robot, or rather an automaton, is that we're going to have a big ol' wind-up key sticking out the back like that, and then we put the holes in there like that. Okay, nice. Then I think we'll make the shoulders into gears. So draw a circle and then draw a gear around it. It's kind of hard to draw gears, but do your best. There we go, like that. On this side too. Nice. Then let's make the body have panels, and in the panels we'll draw more gears. We'll make the arm have a glove that comes up to here, and then kind of like a rigid hand over here. We'll do the same thing. So the glove comes down, and then 1, 2, 3 fingers. There we go. And then let's do tubes for the legs, and then big boots. Nice. Like that. Okay, then maybe we'll do cylinders for the knees. Like that. So cylinder is you do a circle, and you bring it over like that, and you match these curves together like that. So now it's kind of got C3PO style legs, maybe in the hips too, right here and right here. Put another gear, and there we go. Last thing to do, we got to add a face. Now automatons, like real truly made automatons, kind of had like those freaky like porcelain doll faces. So let's do our best to make a So kind of like maybe a big circly eyes like that, and then nice porcelain nose, and then lips like so, and then they always kind of had rosy cheeks that comes down to a chin, and then tiny little ears, and then nice frilly hair. I want to be a real boy. Freaky automaton. Okay. That's not bad. That's our easy mode pencils. So I'm going to ink them up and add a bunch of details and just kind of go crazy with it. All right, so there's my easy mode automaton all inked up on his quest to become a real boy.
Medium mode.
So for medium mode, I thought it'd be fun to do a more character-driven automaton, an angel automaton, because I think it'd be fun to draw the mechanical clockwork wings. So let's start with a stickman, but before you draw along with the stickman, we're going to use this kind of a basic form. Like this. Boop, 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 boop. That's kind of our stick person. The head will end up being a little smaller, but we're going to put it in a pose. So let's put the head like this, the shoulder, the neck kind of like this. The shoulders will be on edge, and then the waist, and then let's do one leg out, foot, and then the other leg out and back. Arms are going to be like this, arms like that, and then the wings. So the wings are going to attach on the shoulder, so it's going to go like this, down, up, and I'm looking at a diagram of a bird's wing as I do this. And then the last feather points out like that. So it looks like there are 3 big feathers that come from this point. And then there's a bunch of little feathers that come to this point, to a big feather, and then kind of like that. That looks pretty sweet. And then like this, like this, like this, and like that. And that one will be in the back. Okay. So, I think the head will end up being a little smaller. And then we have our hand, thumb, rest of the hand, thumb, fingers out on this side. Okay, there we go. Arms. I'm making all of these sticks into tubes now. And then tube, 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 and tube. There we go. Starting to get some shape. It's got to come in and then out more. There we go. And then this head is kind of right. Just going to make it a little smaller like that. Okay. So we have kind of our basic stickman pencil drawing, and now what I want to do is going to make it mechanical. So in every one of these joints, we're going to make them wheels. Now let me see if I can just conceptualize this properly. An elbow like this is kind of like an elbow, so there needs to be joints that go from here to here, and then this is gonna be a joint that goes from here to here. Maybe this is a belt, like a like a conveyor belt. Goes like that to that. And then these are going to be kind of like mechanical blades. Okay. And then probably on the back of this person, maybe it's a backpack. Maybe it's a real person with an automaton-y backpack. Nice. So let's put at the top of it then one of those wind-up keys. And then it's looking pretty sweet. It's also looking very messy. That's okay, because when I go to ink it, I'll just keep the lines that I want to keep, get rid of the ones that I don't want. But yeah, that's kind of like the basic structure. And all that we're going to do now when we ink it up is add details and try to make it look mechanical. So like when I say look mechanical, I mean like add gears where it's like bump, straight line, bump, straight line, bump, straight line, bump, straight line, bump, straight line. Or add springs, or add sort of like hydraulics, which is like a cylinder, like that. Or add, so kind of add like all these different little mechanisms to make it look intricate and detailed and cool. And that's what we'll do for medium mode. We'll ink that up, and yeah, it'll look really good. Okay, I just wanted to pause for a second in the video because what I've done is I've inked and I've colored, but I haven't colored with colors. I've colored with grayscale values, and that's because I want to show you something in a minute. But before I do that, I'm going to use grayscale values again to do some shading and to make it look a little bit more complicated. Okay, so it has some pretty crazy shading, a little bit of detail, kind of looks like, yeah, clockwork wings look pretty neat. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a correction layer to correct what I would like my gradient to be. And so this is one of those cool, it is one of those cool digital art tricks that you can do that, you know, you can't really do if you're not doing digital art. But with digital art, I can apply a gradient and it colors what it does is it takes all of the everywhere where is white is present, it changes it to white. Everywhere there's a little bit of gray, it changes it to you know, this kind of orangey color, and so on and so forth. And by doing this and by adjusting what the gradients are, you can add all kinds of crazy color that wasn't there before. And by moving the colors around, you can change, you know, what is what color and how it all works. And I just love coloring this way because I think it's pretty neat. You get some kind of happy little accidents once in a while. But yeah, it does take a little bit of working. I'm just kind of messing around with it right now. But you know, looks kind of funky, right? But anyway, I usually like to do something like this, especially for this kind of an old-timey automaton wings kind of an idea. Not steampunk, mind you. It's all wound up.
Hard mode.
here is my hard mode. I'm pretty happy with how it came out. I was really excited to, over the summer, I got to go to Opus in Vancouver and buy a bunch of new art supplies. And one of those art supplies that I bought was a tray of different skin tones, and that's the watercolor that I got to use for this one. And let me tell you, that's some nice watercolor. It works a lot nicer than my old stuff. But anyway, yeah, that was pretty fun. Pretty happy with how that turned out. Please send me your art. I'd love to see it. GoGoMachRocketSheep@gmail.com, or you can just tag me in social media. One way or the other, I will find it. So yes, thanks so much. See you next time.